Hello everybody, welcome back to another Rockabilly guitar lesson. I'm sorry that it's a little later than usual, but I was in the studio yesterday recording some promo video for our forthcoming releases on Emerald Records. And I'll show you some funny outtakes at the end of this video. So somebody requested Elvis, Just Because, played by Scotty Moore in the original, and although I don't play it 100% exactly like Scotty Moore, I think it's close enough to include it in this lesson here. The song is in the key of C and starts with a run. It goes like this. Low E string, 3rd, 5th, 7th, and then the 8th fret. And I'm holding my E shape all the time. So then when I get to the 8th fret, I can start playing right away. And there's a little difference here to the usual E shape. I'm just putting my ring finger where the pinky used to be onto the D string. So that frees up my pinky to play some melody notes on the E or B string, whatever I like. And in the bass I play E and D string, alternating between these two, back and forth. So Scotty's got more of a loose approach. He doesn't play the strict alternating rhythm. But I'm just so used to it, so I can't help it. I hope that's okay. And I won't go into every little detail about Travis picking, because I got a full 2 hours course on Udemy, which you can pick up for just €15 if you follow the link in the description below. So this is what I'm going to play over the C chord here. With my fingers I just pick the E and the B string while I'm putting my pinky into the 10th fret of the B string. And in the bass, just as I mentioned, just E, low E and the D string. Very slowly. And let's run again. And then I'm grabbing a G9 chord here on the 10th fret with my ring finger. I bar the top 3 strings, then I put my index onto the D string, 9th fret, and then my thumb goes around the neck all the way to the A string. So then for the G, I usually play a pattern that goes like this in the bass, where I alternate between the E, D, and the E, D, A, D, E, D, like this. Or you could just play the A string and the D string. And again with my fingers I just pick the E, B and G string sometimes. So it sounds like this. Maybe a little slower. E string, B, E, G, and B in the melody. Then I go to the 4th and 3rd fret, 4th on the G string, 3rd on the B string, and I play G, B, and open E string. And here with my right hand I use the thumb, the index, and the middle finger. Like this. And then I move this shape chromatically, and then I'll go back again. And one more time. So what we got so far is this. bend up the B string a half step and play the open E string as well. So it sounds like this. One more time. Yeah, I bend it up, not quite a half step, just a little bit below, so you get a little bit of dissonance here. Then you slide on the D string from the 2nd to the 7th fret into your C6-9 chord, where you bar the A, D and G string with your index on the 7th fret, and the ring finger takes the 8th fret on the B and E string. You could also use your middle finger if you like, but I prefer the ring finger. And then it continues with a finger picking for 6 bars, and in the bass I use the low E string or the E on the A string. Yeah? Both not the root note, but it's in the chord, the E, so it works. And then in the 6th bar you got to stretch all the way to the 12th fret with your pinky, yeah, to reach the 12th fret here on the high E string. I just play the whole 6 bars here in C. Yeah. There you have it. Then into the F9 chord, which is very similar to this chord. You just move your ring finger up a little bit so you can grab the G string as well on the 8th fret, and the index can stay like this. Then you wrap your thumb around the neck on the 8th fret, and Scotty uses the E string, here the C, for the bass note, but you could also, if you can, wrap your thumb a little further around the neck so you can reach the A string, so you got the root note in the bass. Yeah, or the C works too here on the E string. And then the next sequence I will play tied together so you know what it sounds like, and then I go into detail later on. So you play F, then F sharp diminished, that's 8, 7, 8, 7, and the thumb is still on the 8th fret low E string. Yeah? Then C, I use an F shape here with my pinky on the 10th fret of the high E string. Thumb is still on the 8th fret here. And then I take the pinky off. Here. Slide down the neck, 3 frets for A, same shape. 2 frets down for D7 with an open E string. Then G. And then C. And for C I like to play a run that goes like this. It's not in the original, I don't know where I picked it up, but I really like it. So I play the A string first, followed by the B and E string with my fingers here, and then the D string, yeah, like this. And then bass run. It starts on the 3rd fret, low E string, to the 2nd of the A string, 3rd, back to 2nd, open A, and finish here on the low E string 3rd fret. One more time, this run. And the whole second part with the slide. And the C6-9. F9, F, F sharp diminished, C, A, D, G, and that's it. Yeah? Just realize on this G here I also use the pinky for the B string, from coming from the D here. Like this, and then C.
It's over and we're driving home. Now it's time for love. We've been out for a dance. Now it's time for romance. Yes, it's time for love. We had a drink or two, had a barbecue, but now let's turn off the light. The whole body shaking, cause when it comes
Weiter rum und John Pierre muss halt hinter Axel stehen. Also haben die